Welcome to an all-new episode of Her Playbook, the Her Playbook podcast presented by Kendra Scott, the jewelry company that's shining bright and doing good. Shop jewelry sales designed for every day and every occasion at your local Kendra Scott store or kendrascott.com. Welcome to Her Playbook. My name is Madelyn Burke, and on this episode, I am joined by a businesswoman, a philanthropist, an entrepreneur, and an author, Esmerelda Baez. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm very excited to be here.
I'm thrilled to have you here because I look at your bio and all the things that you are doing, and I'm tired. Like, I don't know how you fit it all into a day. So can you describe to me, the multi-hyphenate things that you do right now?
So as of right now, I own a PR agency, which is specialized in Latin music and entertainment. Outside of that, I also work on special projects with Pacific Rim Business Council, which is a worldwide company. They have offices in 53 countries right now. And pretty much I'm in charge of connecting CEOs all over the world and see how synergy is created. Mm-hmm. And I'm also a 2-time best-selling author, Spanish and English.
Amazing.
And I just dropped a new baby.
I just dropped a new baby.
A new baby.
Like a mixtape, but better.
But better. It's my vegan, all natural sleep aid supplement.
Amazing.
And the reason why I got into the health field was because for many years I've suffered from insomnia and sleep issues. And I honestly just got tired of taking pills. And I was like, what can I possibly do outside of meditation, praying, mm-hmm. to make the situation better? Because I almost felt at some point I was becoming an addict to medication, to sleep. Mm-hmm. And sleep is something that should come naturally, right? So what started as a conversation with a friend of mine, he's actually my business partner, Jenny Fries. He's a retired basketball player. I was just like, I am so tired. And he's like, he was going through the same thing mm-hmm. at the time. Same problems. I'm like, why don't we just come up with something? I just want to go night-night. And that's where the name came up.
Amazing.
Night-night is just from a conversation that we started maybe 18 months ago. And now the product is out. It's been out now for 3 weeks. And I'm just really excited.
That is very exciting. And it's incredible, too, to create a product that is, all natural and mm-hmm. supports something so important like sleep in a way that is clean for the body, too.
Absolutely. I'm in this phase of wellness. Mm-hmm. And what a lot of people don't understand is that when you lack sleep, your mentals are not going to be in place.
Right.
And when your mentals are not in place, a lot of other things in your life are going to malfunction. So I am just a big advocate when it comes to sleep and just mental health as well.
Well, and also you've had a lot of transformative moments in your life because of health. And also you mentioned the 2-time best-selling author of Reset and Reboot, Regaining Mindfulness.
Yes.
In English and Spanish is a bestseller. That is incredible.
Yes.
Walk me through, I know it was a pivotal time in your life when you wrote this book. Mm-hmm. What went into writing it and what can people expect when they read it?
So Reset and Reboot, I released it in 2022, mm-hmm. but I started writing it during the pandemic in 2020. As we all know, it was very difficult times, but what we had in our hands was a lot of time. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to be as productive with my time as I possibly can, right? So what I did was I started rewriting. I've always been a writer, but I stopped. And then this was like my time to, okay, let me get back to writing. And what started as morning journal turned into a book, mm-hmm. which is Reset and Reboot. And on the book is a self-improvement book. I speak the benefits of manifestation, detoxing, living a life with a purpose. Mm-hmm. But I also talk about having a stroke mm-hmm. back in 2018, being diagnosed with being bipolar, and all of those things. And I think,
and that's a pivotal moment in your story too. I mean, I feel like it's one of those things that you are so used to. It's like, yes, this happened to me, but can you explain what that was like and how much of a life-changing catalyst that was in 2018?
2018 was a very hard time for me. This happened May 1st of 2018. I still remember 9:30 in the morning. I get this stroke. I don't even know what's going on. I wake up. I'm in Mount Sinai Hospital, and they're telling me you have a brain aneurysm. And I'm like, what's going on? And all I knew was I need to make changes. But I was also very lost because I didn't even know what an aneurysm was.
Yeah.
I didn't know a lot of, so it was after leaving the hospital, it was more, okay, what do I want to do from now on? God gave me a second chance. That's how I saw it. God gave me a second chance. I made some drastic changes. I haven't drank ever since. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I was never a smoker. Occasionally, I used to, but. And just overall, even the way I eat today. So I would say it changed my mentals as well. I went on a detox from people, and I'm still on that detox today. I'm very careful. I'm very, more like walking with purpose on the things that I put in my body, the things that I listen to, because subconsciously, they start taking a toll on you.
Yeah.
So that's where I am right now on that. And I think I have become definitely a more grounded, more humble, more understanding because of what I went through.
Yeah. It's fascinating and also scary, but I think, I remember I listened to an old Oprah podcast one time where she said, life first speaks to you in a whisper, and then little things happen, and then all of a sudden something big will happen that'll inspire you to change your life. And it's awful and scary to go through something like that, a health scare like that, but looking back on that, can you look at that and saying, with gratitude of like, wow, I'm glad that took me on a new path?
Absolutely. I feel that at times, most times, things happen to you for a reason. At the moment, we don't see it.
Right.
I think that back in 2018, maybe I was not as grateful, not as thoughtful, not as present as I am today. And if it wouldn't be because of what happened, I would be a different person. So I think, I would honestly tell you that I'm not happy that happened to me, but I'm just blessed that I was able to overcome it and now use my voice to maybe inspire others to keep their doctor's appointments. Don't ignore any signs of anything that you feel weird in your body. So for that, I'm grateful for that for sure. Yeah. So I didn't take it as a bad experience. It just made me a stronger person mentally, physically, and also I feel I am better with saying no.
Really?
I don't really care about people liking me, not liking me. It's almost like I'm walking in my purpose, and if you want to be part of whatever I have going on, great. And if you don't, God bless you, keep going.
Yeah. And kind of protecting your own peace.
Oh,
yeah.
Your energy. Your energy is everything.
Yeah.
I am like,
yeah.
I would tell you honestly that the main reason today why I strategically don't attend a lot of events, industry events, is because I know the type of people that are going to be there.
Really?
Yeah. When you are focused on doing things better in yourself, your life, you have to be like in a bubble. That's what works for me.
Yeah.
Embrace your solitude. And like I said, just stay laser focused. And sometimes distractions, they're not good.
Yeah. And you've also been someone who's so good at using your voice to inspire others. I know you've spoken on several panels with the Giants.
Yes. I remember. I loved it.
Yeah. What's that experience like for you?
It was great. We went to a high school in the Bronx. I believe it was DJ Camilo and one of your old players, Jonathan. I can't remember his last name. And we went and we were pretty much just telling them our story on how we came from nothing, pretty much, and how we are using our voice to pretty much, one, tell them that school, it's very important, education, follow your dreams, never take no for an answer, and be the best that you could possibly be every day.
Amazing.
Yes.
And it's so impressive to inspire so many people too. And But it seems like the work ethic that you have is so innate in you. Like, that's almost something I don't even know if you can teach. What inspires you every day to go and, you have so many different avenues and so many different things that you are focusing on and doing. How do you kind of maintain that, and what's your motivation in life?
My motivation in life would definitely be creating a better future for my family.
Okay.
My motivation is being able to inspire my nieces. For them to look at me and say, that's my auntie.
Yeah.
We're proud of her. She's not out here. Not that there's nothing wrong with being a model or showing your body or stuff like that. I don't want to get into stuff like that, but she's actually doing work. She's getting recognized for it. She's not in the streets or anything like that. For me, that's motivation. But also, personally, my motivation is being a good person.
Yeah.
Continuing to be a good person. That motivates me every day.
Yeah.
To continue to be a better person.
What's something that you learned later on in life that you wish you could tell your younger self?
Oh, wow. That's a great question.
Thank you.
That's a great question. And it sounds so simple, but it's so powerful.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because there's so many moments, right, where we're like, man, if I knew this then.
What was yours?
Oh, gosh.
I'm asking you now.
Right? Exactly. We're turning the tables on the podcast.
I want to know yours.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of different things. I think, sometimes I think it's interesting for me. I don't know. The one that comes to mind is how different or challenging it is to stay in touch with people over the course of time when you move and, as you get older and life goes so many different directions, and I don't know, the value in that. I don't know. Yeah. Or also just, I think, trusting your intuition is something else.
Oh, I was going to say that. Trusting your intuition.
That's one that I feel like I really learned later in life, too, of like, wow, that little voice in your gut is never wrong. But sometimes it's scary when you hear it and you're like, that doesn't make sense, right?
I would honestly say trusting your intuition is so important. But you don't understand it.
Yeah.
Back then.
Yeah.
As you get older, you start, okay, it's almost like don't ignore the red flags, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't ignore red flags.
Yeah.
I wish I was able to tell that to myself 15
Right.
years ago, though. And maybe I wouldn't have made the decisions or choices that I made then, which weren't the worst, but I could have made better ones. But then again, like I said, I look back and I'm just like, it's what made me today.
Yeah.
But intuition.
Yeah.
I would say intuition.
It's an interesting one.
That was a great one.
Thank you.
My favorite so far.
Thank you. Thank you. One thing that's also interesting and really inspiring, too, is the way that you talk about how you're protecting your peace, how you're not afraid to say no. And I think for a lot of women especially, the need to be amenable, the need to fit in, the need to say, oh, yeah, I'll go with the flow, right, is something that a lot of women who might be listening to this podcast will say, like, that's easier said than done to just put your foot down. Was that ever a challenge for you? Or when you're looking at, weeding the garden of people that are or aren't supportive of your path, how was that for you?
To be honest, I don't know how this is going to sound. I didn't have support, especially from my family. And that was very hurtful because I will come to them with projects and stuff that I was doing, and they would just be like, what is that? Get a real job. But I really didn't care.
Yeah.
I just have that personality that it's like, I wouldn't say it's not that I don't care. It's just that I trust, I have so much faith in myself that I'm like a bull. Just go. Right?
Just trusting the self and saying, hey, get on board or miss me when you can, kind of thing.
Affirmations too. I'm big on those. I forgot to mention that before.
Yeah.
Daily affirmations, they have changed my life. My third book will be about daily affirmations.
Wow. Okay. Because your first one had quite a few affirmations as well.
Yes.
What is your favorite, or what is the one that you are saying to yourself recently?
I am beautiful. I am powerful. I only attract abundance, health, and happiness.
I love that.
I wake up and I tell, and then a bunch of other things, but they're like,
Yes.
it's like a little book.
Yeah.
But those are the ones, and I think it's very important to say those in front of the mirror or out loud enough that you can hear the echo, like going back, because it does something to your subconscious.
Yeah.
Then you start believing it.
Yeah.
If you're dealing with, whether it's depression or low self-esteem, these are words. Words are powerful, very powerful.
Words, thoughts, all of it really affect your experience in life and the outcome of the way you perceive situations, I'm sure, too.
Oh, absolutely. It doesn't matter if somebody comes and tells you today, oh my God, you're so beautiful. But if you don't feel beautiful yourself,
right? Yeah.
It's like, oh, somebody else just came and told me. Like, they
probably
want
something nice, or
they're just being nice.
Right.
But if you believe it, it doesn't even matter. You don't need the recognition from anyone to feel good about yourself.
Right.
If you just want an award, nothing. It's just...
The core, it all stems from kind of trusting yourself, believing in yourself, empowering yourself, and just being a bull.
I love it.
And being a bull and saying, hey, I know what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it. Esmerelda Baez, thank you so much for taking the time. This has been such a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure. Great meeting you.
Great meeting you, too. And thank you for listening to Her Playbook, presented by Kendra Scott, the jewelry company that's shining bright and doing good. You can shop jewelry sales designed for every day and every occasion at your local Kendra Scott store or at kendrascott.com.